Hello students, welcome back. Let us continue with chapter 8 of your textbooks, quadrilaterals. Today we will be looking at different theorems starting from theorem 8.1. What does it state? That the diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two equal triangles. So let us draw a parallelogram and understand what needs to be done. Let's say I have my parallelogram ABCD. So what do we know about a parallelogram? That the opposite sides are parallel. So AB is parallel to DC and AD is parallel to BC. Note that these arrow signs on your side, they denote that the two lines are parallel. So I have drawn single arrows on AB and DC to denote that AB is parallel to DC. Similarly, AD is parallel to BC. That is why I have marked it with two arrows each. So what do we need to prove? That the diagonal divides the parallelogram into two equal triangles. So let us just construct one of the diagonal by joining points B and D. So when we draw this diagonal, you can see that two triangles are formed. So what are the two triangles? I have triangle ADB and I have triangle CBD. What do I need to do is that prove that these two triangles are congruent, and therefore once we prove that these two triangles are congruent, we will be able to prove the theorem which states that the diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two equal triangles. So let's see how we are going to do this. If you notice, AB is parallel to DC, which is given. Therefore I have angle ABD equal to angle CDB. Why? Because they make an alternate pair of angles. You see a Z forming here. Similarly, AD is parallel to BC. Therefore, I have angle ADB equal to angle CBD. Again, they are making an alternate angle. If you note, this is a Z. So, and we have this side as common for both the triangles, that is triangle ADB and triangle CBD. Therefore, what can I say? That the two triangles are congruent by the ASA test of congruence, correct? Which means that this is my diagonal and it is dividing my parallelogram into two equal triangles. Now let us go ahead and write the proof. So when you write the proof, you will have to write about, give an introduction about what the quadrilateral is. It's a parallelogram. You have to name the parallelogram, then we draw the diagonal, because here the proof is only given, the theorem only states that the diagonal divides the parallelogram into two equal triangles. Therefore, we need to write everything from scratch. Even this diagram, we need to draw it before proving the two triangles as congruent. So I'll say, let quadrilateral, this box stands for, it's a short form of denoting a quadrilateral. So let quadrilateral ABCD be a parallelogram. And draw diagonal DB by joining points, by joining vertices or points. I'll say vertices D and B. Now in triangle, first of all I'll say AB is parallel to DC. Therefore what do I have? Angle ABD is equal to angle CDB. Why? Because they are an alternate interior angles. So I'll say alternate angle theorem. And I'll mark this statement as 1. Similarly, I have AD parallel to BC. Therefore, which two angles are equal to each other? I have angle ADB equal to angle CBD. Again the same thing. That is alternate angle theorem. I'll mark this as 2. So now I'm going to take my two triangles and prove them congruent. Therefore, in triangle ABD and triangle CDB, we'll note down our point numbers 1 and 2. Angle ABD is equal to angle CDB. I'll say from 1. And also I will say that angle ADB is equal to angle CBD from 2. And also we have the common sides, that is DB is equal to BD. Therefore, triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CDB by ASA, which is angle side angle test of congruence for triangles. Therefore, I can write my theorem. Therefore, diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two equal triangles. Two equal triangles. So we have proved our theorem 8.1. Now based on theorem 8.1, we can prove theorem 8.2. What does theorem 8.2 say? In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. So now what have we proved? That triangle ADB is congruent to triangle CBD. Correct? Therefore, what can I say? That AB is equal to CD and AD is equal to CB by corresponding pair of congruent triangles. Therefore, in a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. Now, the converse of theorem 8.2 is, if each pair of opposite sides of quadrilateral is equal, then it is a parallelogram. So let us check this. Let's say I have my quadrilateral. Now I am not saying that it is a parallelogram, I am just saying that it is a quadrilateral such that the pair of opposite sides are equal. So first of all, I will have my quadrilateral ABCD, in which AD is equal to BC and AB is equal to CD. I need to prove that this quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So let us see how we will prove this. What we will do is, we will draw the diagonal DB by joining vertices D and B. So what can I see? I can see that we have two triangles ABD and CDB, correct? Therefore, the two triangles, if you see, AD is equal to CB, AB is equal to CD, and we have a common side here. Therefore, the two triangles are congruent by the SSS test of congruence. Once I prove that the two triangles are congruent by the SSS test of congruence, I can prove that angle ABD is equal to angle CDB. But these are a pair of alternate angles for lines AB and DC. Therefore, AB is parallel to CD. Similarly, I can prove that angle ADB is equal to angle CBD by corresponding pair of congruent triangles. Therefore, these two angles are congruent, are equal to each other by the corresponding pair of congruent triangles. Hence, but these two angles are a pair of alternate angles for lines AD and BC. Therefore, AD is equal to BC. So, what did we get? AB is parallel to DC and AD is parallel to BC. Therefore, we can say that ABCD, quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Let us go ahead and write this proof. So, I will say proof. In quadrilateral ABCD, AB is equal to CD and AD is equal to CB. This is your given data. We need to prove that quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. So what are we going to do? We'll prove this. I'll say draw diagonal DB by joining points vertices D and B. So what do we have? In triangle ABD and triangle CDB, I have AB is equal to CD, AD equal to CB. Both are given. Also I have DB or BD is equal to DB common side. Therefore, triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CDB by SSS test of congruence. Therefore, now my angle ABD is equal to angle CDB. Why? Through corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Therefore, what can I say? That AB is parallel to CD. I'll mark this as 1. First of all, I'll say alternate angle theorem and I'll mark this as 1. Similarly, let's prove that AD is parallel to BC through corresponding pair of congruent angles, congruent parts of congruent triangles, that is angle ADB is equal to angle CBD. So I have angle ADB is equal to angle CBD, again through corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Therefore, AD is parallel to BC and I'll mark this. First of all, I'll mention that it's through alternate angle theorem and I'll mark this as 2. From 1 and 2, since AB is parallel to DC and AD is parallel to BC, we have a quadrilateral ABCD as a parallelogram. So therefore, quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. And I'll say from 1 and 2. So we have proved our third theorem also, third theorem also, that in each pair of if each pair of opposite sides of a quadrilateral is equal, then it is a parallelogram. So now given a parallelogram, we have proved that the sides are opposite sides are equal to each other. So what are we left with? In a parallelogram, we have vertices, we have sides and angles. So we have seen for sides, the congruency of sides in theorems 8.2 and 8.3. Let's see for angles as well. So 8.4 and 8.5 are based on the congruency of angles. Let's read out our question, our theorem 8.4. In a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. There isn't really any proof, but we can just do it directly. If I have my parallelogram, ABCD, what do I need to prove? That angle A is equal to angle C and angle B is equal to angle D. So this is what the theorem states. We will just do it. First of all, we will do an overview of it. What I will do is connect these two diagonals. So this is something we need to prove, so I am erasing it. I have these two sides parallel and these two sides parallel, correct? Now this is a parallelogram. We learned that the opposite sides are equal to each other. So through corresponding pair of congruent triangles, I can prove that angle A is equal to angle C. Now if you notice, my angle ADB is equal to angle CBD. We already have that since it's a parallelogram, these two angles are congruent by alternate angle theorem. So let me mark this as X and let me mark this as X because they are equal to each other. Similarly, I have angle ABD equal to angle CDB because they are again forming an alternate pair of angles for parallel lines AB and CD. So let me mark this as Y and this angle also as Y. So if you notice, my angle B is equal to X plus Y and my angle D is also equal to X plus Y. Therefore, what can I say? That equals that are equal to the same things are equal to each other. That is, angle B is equal to angle D. Therefore, we have proof that in a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. Now, the last theorem. This is the converse of theorem 8.4. So, I will just write converse of theorem 8.4. So obviously, what will the converse be? If you have a quadrilateral in which opposite pair of angles are equal, then it is a parallelogram. So let's see, draw a quadrilateral in which the opposite pair of angles are equal to each other. That means A is equal to C and B is equal to D, which means angle A and C are equal and B and D are equal. Let me mark the equal angles as X and Y. So I'll mark A and C as X and B and D as Y, correct, because they are the same angles. Now, we know that the sum of angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So, what do I have? Angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equal to 360 degrees. But angle A is X, angle B is Y, angle C is again X and angle D is Y, is equal to 360 degrees. And here I will say sum of angles of quadrilateral is equal to 360 degrees. We know this. This was the first thing that we learnt in the chapter, correct? So what do I have? 2 into X plus Y, because I have 2 X's and 2 Y's. So 2 into X plus Y is equal to 360 degrees. Therefore, X plus Y is equal to 360 degrees divided by 2, which is equal to 180 degrees, which means now X plus Y is equal to 180 degrees. So let us see XY. We have an XY over here and we have XY over here. That means these two angles are giving me 180 degrees and these two angles are giving me 180 degrees. But if you notice that if AB and CD are my lines and AD is the transversal, then angle A and angle D form interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Also, I have AB and CD as two lines, and if BC is my transversal, then angle B plus angle C are the interior angles on the same side of my transversal. So these are on the same side of the transversal, these two angles, and B and C are also on the same side of my transversal. Therefore, what can I say? That AB is parallel to CD, and also here AD is parallel to BC, correct? Therefore, my given quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Let's just write this. So I'll say angle A plus angle D is equal to 180 degrees and angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. So what do I have? AB parallel to CD, angle B and angle C. Even if I take let's say D and C, I'll say D and C. So when I take D and C as interior angles, then I have parallel lines I have lines AD, BC and CD as my transversal, correct? So taking C and D as interior angles on the same side of my transversal, that is this side of my transversal, what do I have? AD is parallel to BC. Correct. Therefore, quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. So these proofs haven't really been given in your textbooks. I have just explained it to you. So just note it down somewhere in your notebooks, where you will be referring towards the end of your exams or while you have to study, because even though the solutions are not given in your textbooks, it is quite likely that you might get these kind of questions in your exams, wherein they will just give you the theorem or a statement and you will have to go ahead and prove this. So please take down notes of things especially that have not been given. So with this we have completed all the 5 theorems. There are 2 more theorems pending before we get started with the solved examples. We will take a look at it in the next classes. Thank you.
Hope this video increased your knowledge. For more such videos and a completely free educational content, log on to www.epathshala.org or visit our ePathshala YouTube channel. We have each and every question solved for maths, physics, chemistry and biology. So subscribe our channel, share with your friends, like our Facebook page and follow our Twitter handle for regular updates and important educational tips, and also win ePathshala goodies. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe this channel and enjoy the freedom of education.